We are all like ships sailing in the sea, but we never take the time to check if we are going in the right direction, or whether the crewmates are doing fine, or whether the ship is still intact and it's not sinking. To me, journaling is that act of checking if we are going in the right direction or setting the right direction itself, and checking upon the crewmates and the ship itself to see if it's all doing well. I've been journaling for 2 years and it helped me improve every aspect of my life. Some of the benefits that I've had over the 2 years is that it helped me improve my mental health. Also, it helped me show up in a better way for my relationships, and it helped me develop a deeper bond with everyone. It helps hold myself more accountable, and it helped me develop a greater ability of calling out my own bullshit. It also helps me set better goals and helps me with achieving it faster and in the most efficient manner possible. To me, journaling is a more focused, conscious, and active thinking. And the promise of this video is that by the end of it, you will have the exact protocol that I use, which I came up with after 2 years of experimentation, which you can just copy and tweak wherever necessary to come up with your own protocol so that you can have the same benefits that I had but faster. So, the first thing that is peculiar about my journal is that I ask myself these two questions every day. So, the first question is, what did I do good today? And the second question is, what did I do bad today? The question sounds simple, but hear me out. Once you lay out exactly what are the right actions and what are the wrong actions, you no longer have an opportunity to bullshit yourself. So that every time you walk on the wrong path, you will feel disappointed in yourself and your dopamine will take a hit. And every time you walk on the right path, you will feel proud of yourself and you will get a dopamine kick. So that it is positive reinforcement every time you walk on the right path and negative reinforcement every time you walk on the wrong path. And you can probably see how that will change your life. I guarantee that if you do this exercise every day and act in accordance to it from moving forwards, then you will look back on this year as the most life-changing year of your life, like I did. The second thing that I recommend you do is gratitude journal. Imagine if you wrote this much books worth of things that you're grateful for to your family and your friends and just everything, God Himself. Imagine how much more positive you would be. Imagine how much better you will show up in front of everyone. Imagine the energy you bring forward after doing that. Gratitude journaling is scientifically probably the most powerful thing one person can do alone that can improve his happiness this much. So if you struggle with mental health like I used to, then I would really recommend you start gratitude journaling. Another really powerful thing that happened to me when after journaling for so many years is that I was in the hospital once. I'm a regular customer. So once I was there, it was painful, but at least it wasn't tragic because I was thinking to myself, I'm grateful for my father to be here, or my mother to be here, or my auntie to come with the food from her home to the hospital, and so on. So it really changes the way you think. Journaling is more powerful than you think. The third thing that I do on my journal is life recording. I write down the events that transpired every day on the journal so that after 20, 30, 40 years I can come back and look to it and see how my day-to-day life looked like. You probably don't remember what 5 years ago what you were thinking or how the average day was. You probably just remember the highlights. So this journal is a record of my life. I also journal about the things of the past that happened before I started journaling, especially the things that bother me, because once I write down something on the journal, especially something with negative emotion associated with it, then I feel much better after writing it down in the journal. I guess it's a bit of exposure therapy because you're feeling the same emotion but a more diluted dose. The fourth thing is kind of similar to it. It is journaling about the thoughts that I have or the ideas that I got from the books or YouTube, say, and then I try to dig deeper and to find interesting combinations. I call this the journaling. It's just a cool sounding name that I came up with. It's basically writing about your thoughts and ideas. The third one is just writing about the events that transpired, and the fourth one is the thoughts that I had that day. One more mentionable thing that I do on my journal is what I call future journaling. Again, it's just a cool sounding name for planning. As I said, journaling to me is like a better form of thinking. So when I set goals on my journal and think about the best way forwards, I feel like I do better with the plan that I come up with on the journal than just having it on my head. Also, it helps you commit. Once you write down a plan, you can't just lie to yourself that, oh, I didn't really commit to that. Once you write it down, it's committed, it's on paper, so you can't lie to yourself. That's the 5 notable things that I do on the journal, but I do much more because, as I've already repeated many times, to me, journaling is similar to thinking. So I do pretty much everything on it. Whatever I want to write on it, I write on it. I even take notes from the YouTube videos that I watch on the journal. So if you look over my journal, it's pure madness. It's the 5 things I mentioned also, whatever I learned from books and whatever YouTube videos. Sometimes it'd be about looks maxing, or sometimes it would be about video editing. Yeah, it's fine. If you would like to know more about journaling, I'll link Dr. K's video and the Healthy Gamers video in the description below. I really like that video, and if you're anything like me, then you'll probably like it as well. So some questions that I hear often is when should I journal, or how frequently should you journal? So I usually journal right before sleeping, so because it helps me down regulate and it helps me relax. You can do it anytime you wish to, really. And about how frequently you want to do it, I would recommend you start by journaling whenever you want to. So that's the advice I had when I started journaling, and it worked really well for me. Eventually, I got into the habit of journaling every day before night, and now it is something that I really look forward to every night. Those are the 5 things that I do on the journal, and now you are equipped with everything you need to start your own journaling practice and to find your own way of journaling so that you can have all the benefits that we just talked about. That see you for the talk. Bye.